Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Tax Master UE. If you are a small business owner worried about filing your corporate tax return, or you are wondering what a nil return nil rate return is and whether it applies to your business or not, so don't worry, I have got you covered. In today's video, I will break down everything you need to know about corporate tax return for a small business relief, including how to file nil return if you qualify for it. So stick around to save your time, avoid penalties, and ensure compliances. So before proceeding to return tax filing, I would like to take a few minutes to make it clear that what exactly is a small business relief and why should you even consider it. So a small business relief is a special provision in UAE corporate tax system designed to reduce the tax burden, tax compliance burden on small businesses. And to qualify for a small business relief, the company should have or business should have turnover less than 3 million dirhams in all their previous relevant tax period. Once they will qualify for a small business relief, it will be assumed that they have zero taxable income and tax will be zero. That's why we can also say it nil return tax or zero tax return. Along with this, a small business relief offers various benefits such as simplified tax filing, potential cost saving, and reduced administrative burdens. Sounds great, right? But before you jump in, let's talk about the drawbacks. By opting for a small business relief, your business might face restrictions on claiming certain deductions or utilizing the losses in the future tax period. This trade-off could impact your business, your overall tax strategy in long run. So how would you decide? Here is the key. First, do cost benefit analysis between opting for a small business relief or normal tax rate. Considering tax liability, the ability to carry forward losses, and the deductible expenses. Whichever option turns out to be more beneficial for your business in long run, that's the one you should go for. So let's start how to file corporate tax return for a small business relief, or you can say nil tax return. So once you log into the FTA portal with your login ID or password, you can see here, you will be directed to the page home. There are three sections: home, other services, and my correspondence. And here you can see here your taxable person name will appear. Once you click on view section, you will be directed to another page that will be here. Here what you will see, there are various sections: VAT, excise tax, corporate tax, my payments. So you will go to corporate tax return section. Corporate tax, you can see here in the cursor, corporate tax sections. Now once you select that corporate tax, then you will be redirected to here, this page, and you will see here corporate tax filing and one not filed, you can see here. So you will choose this and move forward. Once you click here view, then you will be redirected to corporate tax return page. You can see here there are 8 sections total in corporate tax return. I have also you can also see my last video on a normal corporate tax filing. I have uploaded video. So this one is specifically for a small business relief or NIL tax return. So you can see here 8 sections. Only here for this section only 2 is applicable for small business relief, taxpayer detail and elections. So in section 1, taxpayer details, here almost every details is auto populated. You can see here taxpayer details, TRN number, it will be auto populated. Taxable person name in English and in Arabic, it will be auto populated. Entity type, whatever you have mentioned while at the time of registration, the same information will be auto populated here, so you don't need to fill anything. And in next page you can see there details, address details. So everything, address detail, everything is same what you have mentioned at the time of registration. Now here you will be asked one question: is the above information correct? If it is correct, then yes, you can move forward using electing yes. If there is anything changed or if you notice any incorrect, any wrong in the details, you can choose no and go forward. When you choose yes and go forward, at the same section, taxpayer detail, you will be asked these questions again. Whether your company is in partnership, is partner in any unincorporated partnership, you have to answer it in yes or no. If you in my case it was not applicable, so I selected yes. If it is applicable in your case, you can select yes, and the little tax tax return details will be little changed. So, and you have to mention here how much is the previous year revenue. So suppose if my corporate tax period is 1st January 2024 to 31st December 2024, then I am filing for that period, then I have to mention the revenue, total taxable revenue for that period here. And again I have to choose whether I have to select whether I have elected for accrual or cash basis of accounting for financial statement preparation. So I think almost everyone know, even though I want to highlight it. So cash basis and accrual basis, what is the difference is that in accrual basis of accounting, you will book expenses or income whenever it occurs, regardless of whether you receive cash or not. But in cash basis, it does not matter when it occurred or accrued, whether expenses or income. You will only record in your book when the cash or money is received regarding or payment is done. So on accrual basis, we'll see the time of action, like whatever service we provided or whatever service we received, the time will be seen regardless of whether payment is done or not. But in cash basis, payment is the main focus. Payment, the time of payment will be considered the time of recording. So again, another question is whether your business is a member of multinational enterprise group. If applicable, you can choose yes, otherwise you can choose no. Again, other question you will be asked is that whether your company is resident in any other country where double taxation agreement is applicable or not. Suppose in India, if your company is also resident in India, and since there is a double taxation agreement with India and UAE, whether such situation is applicable for your company. If yes, you can select yes, otherwise no and move forward. And then UAE, here everyone should select yes, and specifically for free zone. So my next video will be on how to file corporate tax return specifically for free zone, qualifying free zone persons. So if you here in case of free zone entity, it is asked that has the taxable person made an election which applied to any preceding 4 tax period not to subject. Look, since there is one in qualifying free zone person, if you elect for normal corporate tax period, or if you fail to um, fulfill the condition for normal corporate tax period, you will not be eligible to elect for uh, qualifying free-zone persons or enjoy zero percentage corporate tax for preceding year, including excluding this financial year, this corporate tax period. So altogether, for five corporate tax period, you will not be eligible. So whether you are going to elect that normal tax rate, or you will be like you will be choosing qualifying free zone benefit. In such case, if you meet the condition, you will be eligible for 0% corporate tax on qualifying income and 9% on non-qualifying income. So in my case, I have not choose, since my company is free zone company. I have not choose that for preceding. I will go for qualifying free zone persons benefit. Now they will ask whether it is yes or no. If you select yes, and, or you can select no, yes, whatever is applicable to your company, and move forward. And then you will, at last you will be asking one questions, I think, no. And in second, section, in election, you can see here elections. So elections will be done whether realization basis is same like accrual basis. First question, they will ask whether the taxpayers use realization basis of accounting or not. If yes, or yes. If no, in such case, no. In my case, no, I have there is no such cases. This is not applicable for my business. That's why I have elected no. And transition rule, look, since this is the first time, since this is the first corporate tax period, corporate tax return period, in such case what happens, you may have some financial assets or financial liability, qualifying intangible assets or qualifying immovable property. Before, you may have acquired such assets or liability, qualifying assets or liability before the first corporate tax period, that means January 2024. So suppose you have purchased some fixed assets or financial assets or liability, financial assets or qualifying immovable property or intangible assets in 2020 only. Now at the time of, and you are planning to sell that in 2025. In such case, corporate tax asks you to evaluate, asks you to measure the corporate fair value of your qualifying immovable property or intangible assets as on 1st January 2024. And at the time of selling, you will compare the sales proceeds, how much is the sales amount and that fair value, and then calculate gain or losses. So in future, they are asking the same question. In future, if you get any gain on any qualifying immovable property which was acquired or won prior to the first corporate tax period, are you going to elect for tax adjustment or not? So select yes or no as applicable to your business. Same is the case for intangible assets won prior to the first tax period, and assets, financial assets and liability won prior to the first corporate tax period. So once you elect all of these, yes or no, whatever is applicable to your business, you can go to next step. No, here, then okay. At the same page, you can see here, they will be asking here, you can see here the turnover which I mentioned in previous page is auto populated here. And now again they are asking whether I am the member of multinational enterprise group. No. Do you, here is the main questions here. This is the point you have to be careful here. If you are going for, if you make a final call whether you will go for a small business relief or not, and you came to the conclusion that I am going for a small business relief, in such case you will choose here, you will elect here yes, I would like to elect for a small business relief. So once you choose a small business relief, then everything is now stopped. Other questions, you will not be asked any questions and redirected to another page. a small business relief? Yes. Look, once I selected yes, I will not ask. I did not. They did not ask me any questions. Now, at the final page is declaration. So here nothing. You don't need to put anything. You don't need to feed anything. All these details will be auto-populated again. And here only one thing you need to do is click here, elect here, like yes, I confirm the below declaration. I have confirmed that granted full authority to complete tax return, or everything is complete and accurate at the date of submission. So once you click here, you can go to next page. That will be, you can go to submit, then your corporate tax return will be submitted. You can see here how simple it is for a small business relief or nil corporate tax return. Thank you so much for watching. I will expect your feedbacks or your confusion or questions in the comment section. And also, next video I am going to make corporate tax return filing for specifically for free zone companies. So how excited, or what will be your questions? What will be your question, confusion? You can comment, you can mention in the comment section. Thank you so much.